Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Let's send this over. Today I am working on the collaboration that I'm doing together with Dash Glitch. As you can see, I'm still preparing the project here. I think you guys can see. Yes, perfect. I need to consolidate a few more files here and then these ones in the beginning. And then we should be ready to go. And then we'll listen through the track once. Obviously, I myself have already listened through it. Davey, welcome. Mindbee, welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Obviously, I'm very excited to work on this track. I have already listened to it. There's a few things that I don't agree with in the track, mainly kind of the arrangement. I think that the stuff that is now the intro sounds more like kind of like a break to me. And then the stuff in the break sounds more like an intro to me. And I'm also not entirely a fan of the structure of this first like drop segment here. It's not really like a 2-drop segment, it's more like a 3-drop thing, right? Because this is where those clicks are. For those that know the project, this is where that kind of click stop is, that sudden stop, and then it goes into the clicky synth. I figured that it would make more sense for those clicky synths to come one segment earlier. So that you have 3 segments here for that clicky stuff. Give that a little bit more space and then turn this into part of the drop as well. So that you basically have 2 segments to this drop and then you have the final drop here. But we'll listen to that later. Malogify is also here. There's a few more people here. Nice to see everybody. Cider, how are you doing? I need to sketch out the exact thing that I want to do here. But we'll do that while that's like playing through or something like that. I'm consolidating to hopefully get it to perform a little bit better. Before, it was a little bit of an issue with performance when I was just loading the entire stems. So that's why I'm converting them into like smaller file segments, basically. Which is what consolidating is really doing here. Here's a cool trick. You can move them around to group them together and you can consolidate multiple things in once. Gries K, welcome. How are you doing? I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but I mean, you know what your name looks like. It's not a language that I speak, I'm sorry. I hope you understand. Almost ready. We have to do this one, and then these two, and then that final thing over there as well. You have to do all of them, even those very small files, because if you don't do it, then it's going to load the whole file in that file. So that we essentially do this so that we don't have to load the whole stem anymore. We basically load individual segments. We're still loading a lot of files with this project setup, the way that we're doing it here. Maybe I need to optimize it more. I'll check after the stream after this. Maybe I'll have to, just like Dash did, load some of these things into samplers or cut them up into very small segments and rearrange it and stuff like that. It's kind of the annoying part when a collaboration starts to become like a full track. Then it's really hard to send stems one way or the other. How does this collaboration work? To be honest, it's just the start. This is just the start of an idea. This is what Dash did with my musical idea, and now I'm going to work on it a little bit again. And I think, yeah, we're just going to pass it back and forth. We're not really passing back and forth the project file, because obviously he's in Bitwig, I'm in Ableton. So we just do stems. And that's why I have to consolidate everything and kind of chop everything up and stuff like that, so that it's well organized. There might be a few spaces where I maybe have cut off like a delay tail or something like that. If that is the case and it becomes a problem, I can re-import the original stem and we should be able to fix that. in the industry working on collab. Yes, indeed. I'm glad you're very excited. Also, welcome to the stream, Future Music. I hope the bass tutorial that I sent you was helpful. Performance-wise, it's still looking good when it's like idle like this. I just hope that it helped with the amount of like file reading that it has to do. Okay, so here we have to zoom in for that individual kick. Otherwise, I will have to rearrange that, and that will take a lot of time. Anyway, there's a few spaces where I could maybe remove some more, but that's okay. Alright, so this is the project, and we'll have a list. I think it starts here, right? There, later. Have I ever explored making jungle? No. No, outside of Psytrance, the last few years I've done really very, very little in terms of other genres. This World Wish thing is a little bit strange because I think it's triplet. Nice little bit of atmosphere stuff. I feel like we need a few more sounds overall just to make it a bit more interesting. I think that fill can be a little bit smoother if we have the sounds a bit more separated, these two. There's space here for the vocal to really stand out, and then it can be nice and loud. Can maybe rearrange something if we have to. Hear that this is triplet. Doesn't really make sense with the rest of the rhythm, in my opinion. As I said before, I want to maybe remove this break here. I do really like this part. Hello? I should be back. I think I am. You guys missed the vocal line, I'll play it from here again. Because I saw that the connection dropped. Here there's a little bit of reverb. I don't know if I would want to keep that. I like the transition in here. but I like the idea that this just completely stops for that click to come in. I do like the melodic part here being unique. That's maybe another thing to consider to keep. To me here, the fill indicates that this should be higher energy. So more drums. And that's why I think another section is needed here as well to then again go into a breakdown. I think the best way to do this is if we move this to the side later when we're finished playing. And then we rewrite the track from the elements that we have here. I don't know if I like that combination with the triplets. I do really like this fill idea here. Great videos made, also the shorts are hilarious. Thank you. Glad that you like them. Okay, that's what we have now. As I said, I just want to completely try to... Hello? Why did that not work? I want to completely rearrange it, as I said. Going to move it like this. And because we have everything, that should actually be pretty easy, right? So I want to start by creating kind of like my break idea. We'll take this and I'll just temporarily like drop it in the middle. Find that. Or should we sketch it out before? I'm going to sketch out a pretty standard idea. I do want to incorporate all of the fills and all of the like micro ideas that he made. I just want to change the macro idea, like the big structure of the whole track. So I do think I want kind of like a standard build up that thing and then fill here. First drop. I'm not really going to worry about fill length for now. I'll just kind of 5. After 5, we're going to have our like 4-bar thing here, the click thing. That stuff will align that like so. One more forward. And then this will be 3 parts. I would like to do a long build up here. Hello Dash, hello Mototechno, Kuramzai, ZJ. I don't know how to say that last part. I'm sorry. Welcome all to the stream. I think for the last part here we can keep it pretty close to how it's arranged now. So this is a 5-part structure. I would only need to look at maybe what I want to do is make one of these a 32 part instead of a 16 part, so you remove one of the fills in the middle. And then I would need to make a few more fills in here, I think. Got to finish something. No worries, no worries. So here we'll have our breakdown. This is... How long is this? Ah, that's wrong. That's why. This is with the outro. We should get like 8 minutes 30, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty default structure, but I think it works. And if it works, then don't change it, right? Yeah, that's the first part, the second part. Oh wait, this is incorrect. Like this. Because this is the fill then. Here we have our build up. And this will be our breakdown. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do a short build here, because we then already have a long build there. Or maybe we'll do a short one there. I think that works better, because in the way that the energy should like flow here, that makes more sense. Something like this. And then the outro like this. Yeah. Would it be cool if it overtakes here? What if we do, yeah, no fill here? This is the idea. We push this here. This is the cool thing about stems, is you can just experiment basically endlessly with the idea of somebody else, right? So here, because this is our second drop, we want to change it up a bit, and I'm thinking of doing just 2 sections like this where we have a very long fill here. Because it's the same idea as what we have there. it's a little bit unannounced, the fill, so maybe like a crash in or something like that. We'll add a few extra elements, but I think that this is cool to have. It's a little bit clicky. This one is strange, like that's shorter. That's where we're going into the breakdown. Now, as I said, I think for the breakdown, the vocals make more sense here. So that would be right here. Okay, so we can take that part and we can remake that build-up idea here. It's going to be pretty similar in that it's like speeds up like this. The way that you do that is like so. Here we have a, yes, perfect, perfect. We play it at C3 and then we loop it. And now by just changing the pitch over time, we should get that speed up effect. Of warping actually. Hello Acid, Greedo, how are you doing? Subject Ultra. All the usual names are here, nice. Some cool artifacts there towards the end. Maybe we can do something cool with that. But then obviously we go into our fill. This fill and this second part I can basically copy, I think exactly. If I just take like this, and then we can change it later, right? And then place it here so that the... Okay, so no, that's not correct. So this I want to scrap for now. Is it just me or is everything panned to the left? Or to the right? It's gone. Very strange. Okay. So I'm going to remove these. I'm going to have this fade in towards the beginning here. Or maybe not, maybe even without the fade. This is a really cool part. These two segments here, which we can keep using here. So here we have a fill, at least in the drums. Let's keep that with the kick and bass then as well. That makes sense. Ah, this has a click. The same we should do here. This is also a part where we have a 1-bar fill according to like the musical idea. Can remove clicks. Alpha, how are you doing? Welcome. OT. Few new names here as well. Andrew. Towards the end here it becomes a little bit stale, I think. We can play with obviously the other sounds that are in here, maybe add some more. For now let's focus back on our break and build idea, because we have to import some of these. This goes like this. This will play. I really would like another 8 bars here. What is our time? We're 8 minutes 20. We get. First of all, let's move this further back so that we never run out of space again. I do think having another 8 bars before we introduce the vocal idea there is going to work. Connect this again. This is the original track, so I still have that. And then this is going to be like our pre-drop segment. Let's make it a bit darker. Yes. Maybe a bit too high. Takes over a bit too much. Headphone talk. I don't know anything about headphones. I have very old Sennheiser HD 280 Pro headphones, which are decent headphones, but they're like a decade old now. I think. No, more. Like 11 years old, I think. The point is, it's not about the hardware that you use. There's even like Sonarworks, like people said. It's about learning the hardware that you have. So any headphones at some point are going to work for you. You just need the time to actually, put in a little bit of time to get to know the sound of your headphones. There. That's what I should say. Apparently there's a little bit of mess remaining here. I would like this stuff. We can place that here. Is there a version of this where the last one does have the reverb and delay on it? That would be nice, because then we can use it in the break. Or is that the same? Ah, yes, nice. I think... Or is this too much? Is this maybe too simple? It was here before. It does make sense there. I just don't know if that's also going to work in the break. I was hoping I could... like that. But that would mean that here for the track it would go here. Which I guess is okay. This is probably where we should already go into the break sounds. Shaper, I wanted to transgate. I misclicked there. It really doesn't like me opening up plugins, I guess. Finally. Let's not hope that that's for every plugin. Now with transgate, it should hopefully, yes. The other way around. I don't know if I like the impact here. It's a bit... It's a bit hollow, the impact. Let's find a better one here. Since it's a new sample, I'm going to import it on its own track. I never want to overwrite or move around samples. Once it's on a track, it's part of that track and no new samples are going to be part of it. That way I have an easier time making sure that everything that I export like works. It's a little bit smoother of an impact, I would say. Line it up. It's high in the frequencies. This is, after all, very like slow part, right? This last part is slightly distorted, saturated maybe. It's also very loud here. Yeah, that's balanced. At least a lot more. That's good stuff. This thing is maybe a bit loud still. Okay, let's scoop up some more ideas here. We have this part here. I wanted to, if I ever am going to use something like this, I wanted to redo this because I don't personally like those very slow kind of build-ups. So this is like one of those kick build-ups, but it's very slow, right? In the sense that the kick plays very few times and it doesn't really change over time. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. One, it's causing this mess here. And two, I just don't like the fact that it's like so slow, yet it's building up. I did think that this part behind it was good though. That's nice. What part is that? That's the part. Yes. It will get. We already have a thing for that, but we don't have a thing here. Now this is going to be too high energy. This needs to go here then. Yes. Sorry, it's a little bit strange, the like experimentation and stuff. Finding out where everything belongs. That's our glitch thing. Does it make sense to go up here like that? We will remove this stuff. This doesn't make sense yet. That's gonna come in here. And this is also higher energy stuff. Maybe not even this often we want this thing. Ah, no, I have an idea. Wait, let's get this clip back and let's put this there. Oh, wait, this doesn't line up. Ah. I was like, that makes no sense. Wait. But it does. Then go here. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that here. Let's hear what we have. Obviously this is very empty now. I have a percussion atmosphere somewhere in here that I can place there. Where is it? Is it this thing? The big bell that I have. No, but we can use this thing as well. This is the same thing. Okay, so we can just yoink this one. And then there's also like a bell sound somewhere. That's still there. Ah, we have to be careful then with where we put this. I guess like so. Okay, so this needs its own track so that the delay kind of fades out properly. Perfect. Now I want to find that bell sound that I made for this. Might be in here somewhere. Or maybe these are some of the other. Oh, this is low pass for some reason. Oh yeah, low pass in here. I don't know if I'm going to keep that everywhere. Probably not, obviously. We'll make a track for this then. Those are the other two things that I want to import. What is this? Not really what I'm looking for. Where's the bell sound? Is it in some of these leads maybe? That's the one like big annoying thing that you may have to get used to, is finding your stuff again. The things that you had in the track that you had a specific purpose for. I'm looking for it on the waveform. It's like a big bell thing. Maybe it is one of these. There it is. Those things are cool. Here we have both of them. You can use all three variations somewhere. This might also require its own like little space. Did the stems not render full parts, or did you chop? I chopped it for performance. To make sure that the performance was good. While I'm moving stuff, I should actually keep off the automation. Yeah, it is very clean the way that you served it to me. All of the elements are nicely separated in as few files as possible. Which is not something you can do easily in Ableton. I don't know if it's easy to do where in Bitwig. It would be ideal if there was an option to easily share stuff like that between different producers or projects or whatever. But I don't think that that's the case. So this would go then here for this to line up in the fill. If that lines up there, it should be here, but that's not going to make any sense. That does sound cool. That's very loud. So we already have something there, which means that these go here and here. Cloud DAWs, I don't know, it's usually hard to make that work with like plugins and stuff. I know that there's a few ideas out there, but I don't know how well they really work for when you're dealing with plugins and all of the heavy stuff that I'm usually dealing with in my projects, and also Dash does in his projects. I'm going to write out the rest here. Wait, I just want like kick and bass only. I think there are a few variations to the kick and bass as well, so I should be careful with how I actually range. Maybe I should just take this over and then I'll look for the variations later, which variations I actually want to add and where I should add them. Okay, so this is then going to be higher energy still. Right, so we take snare, open hats. Remember, I wanted this. Ah, wait, there's something in here still, like a tail. It's the tail of this thing. Of that synth is still in there. If there's no effects that have been applied, I can go into my desktop, I think. And then click see. We can just replace it with the original. I hope it still sounds the same and that Dash didn't do too much to it, otherwise I maybe Is it aligned? No, now it is. Dash did change it up a bit. Not aligned, nice. Yeah, I'll have to align it manually then. Why is that not aligned? This is the DAW problem, I guess. Ableton problem. Now it is. You can see slight waveform here. I don't think you guys can see that, but if I go like this, yeah, now you see it. Yeah, my files were off sync, so they will also be off sync for me. This is just an Ableton thing, I guess. Ah, I'm not warping them. Ah, wait. What was the original BPM again? 147? That's the reason. Hmm. I was like, why is this rhythm still not lining up then? Now it makes sense. I think drum-wise it makes sense that we're gonna go here. Keep that energy up. Let's reverse a crash into there. It sounds, when you're doing crashes like this, something I notice is that it sounds like it kind of loops over. So you cut off the tail and then it sounds more natural. And if you want a bit more impact, you just slightly down in volume. And now it has kind of like a good impact to it. Here I'm gonna go. Quick double kick. Ah. That's why the drums didn't go. I just like to have the drums not here for the fill. We have another crash there, here as well. The structure is now like this, and then this is obviously one thing. Obviously this needs to be more interesting, there needs to be more stuff happening here. I don't exactly know what yet. part where we go into atmosphere and stuff like that. Maybe if we find a cool vocal, we can put it on top of here. This might still be too slow here. Obviously the build-up is going to help. I don't know, maybe a vocal on top here, a spoken word vocal. Then we need to make some space. I think first of all the first thing we need to do is add to this. Right? So this is an effect now. I want the original impact here. Wait, is this not it? Here. It starts to alias, that's what we're hearing. I think here it's cool that we have this other sound coming in. I think it's a bit lazy to just have the same asset line over the whole thing. So I want to do something with that. Maybe here. Ah, this is where we have the different kick and bass. I like this. I am going to go for a 32 bar segment also here. And that's going to be like our big energy part. I guess I'll find a synth or something for that. Remove this. Kick is doing here. It evolves from one sound to the other. Yes, that's why I kept it here where there's this sound playing on top of it. When it's alone with this one here, there's not really... Well, I guess there's this stuff. Or not. No, not really. That doesn't really interact with this, does it? Yeah, I think that's a bit strange part, maybe. Maybe I'll even go like this and replace all of that. Yeah, the earlier part is really good where it's morphing between that and how you are coming out of the fill. That's really usable. Right, because this is high energy and then the drum fill is kind of crazy there. Wait, this is the same lead as this one, right? Ah, not. Okay. Ah, those two are the same. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm trying to envision what you're trying to do with your arrangement and incorporate as many of the ideas as you had. So for example, the little chord step kind of slowing down, I really like that. So I made its own feel for it. Should I mix when I produce? It's gonna depend on your workflow. If you like, I personally like mixing after it. But if you like to have a sound that is as close to the final track as soon as possible, then mixing as you're going is the way to do that. It's gonna depend on what you enjoy more. So we definitely need stuff there, right? While you're here, Dash, the idea behind this, I might want to use this for like an intro, but it's triplet, I think. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't think it really works with our other rhythm. You know what I mean? If I like add it to the drums. It starts in triplet and it ends in the pad. It's confusing me a little bit because in a few places it is actually in your production like on top of non-triplet stuff, like this part here, I think. Polyrhythms. Not necessarily polyrhythms. Is it? Nice to shift the rhythm to signify the change. Okay. Maybe I can work it in the intro. How would that work? Because we have a 3-bar or 3-part idea here already. Right? Ah no, yeah, no, that can work. We can make that work. Which one is it for the build-up? This one, eh? Is this also building up? Kind of, yeah. Okay, so these two and that we put as our intro stuff. This would be the build-up there. Starting drums stuff here. Asterix does it a lot. I've noticed Asterix play a lot with triplets in and of itself. I don't know if he does rhythm changes like this, like in the break. I usually listen to a very few amount of tracks, not a lot of the old stuff actually. But maybe that is... In general though, if you want people to listen to your music, don't use polyrhythms. I don't like when they sound on top of each other, that's correct. But maybe as an intro... Like this is a mismatch to me, as it is to many people, as you're suggesting, yeah. But maybe if we put it here, and then go into small build up here, and then this is where we go out. Yeah, don't put it on the beat. It doesn't work with that, obviously. I was just like a little bit skeptical about how it would all work together in a track more. But I think this will work because then we can put like a small build up or something in between. Let's see. This could be nice for a pad below. Does this pitch up towards the end here? No, it pitches down. That's strange. I do still think you can use that if we pitch it back up here in the last bit. So that would be this part, right? Okay, so that sounds worse. Ah, this is low passed from somewhere. Let's see how this end of stream experiment thing, yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit too experimental for an intro. I don't even know about this here, because what I'm scared of is if I put this too close to the other rhythm, because this is already like rhythmical, right? Because we do have a drum loop in here. I think that the change is maybe too sudden, because you can still hear the rhythm in here. You kind of still keep that in your head. And I think it's going to clash here. I do really like the melody, I just wish it wasn't in triplets. Maybe I have an instrument like this and we can try to maybe remake an idea like this, but in non-triplet. Still kind of keeping the idea as much as possible, but then I think the transition overall is just gonna become a lot better. Ethnic world. Can I send a quad version? Of course, yes. Yes. If you want to contribute, then that's always helpful. I do believe I have some stuff like this, right? Kinda. Let's sound match this. It's a kalimba. Chunky kalimba. Not really what I was expecting. Yeah, not really getting the same texture. I think if we wait for your version Dash, then it would be nicer. Because I do really like, as I said, the kind of texture and detail that this has. In the meantime, we can work on some other synths and ideas here. Now this is a part where we can again use a drum fill, because this is where a major change will happen, because we're going to go into a different lead. Psychedelic Underground, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I've been making this lead a lot recently because I personally like the kind of detail that you get out of it. It's just like a low pass filter, maybe like 18 dB per octave, and then we give it some glide. And it's just a saw wave to start off with. And then we just do like a nice gliding melody. Okay. Something like this. Is it open? Now it is. Okay. And then we add a fuzz, and you get nice. Very nice textures. Right, then we would need to make it stereo. I like to do that before. Send on Discord in a second. Perfect. Perfect. Speedy delivery. A little bit of extra movement to it here when it comes in. Hello FG. Sounds a bit muddy still, obviously. This is gonna go up. I think that got picked up on the microphone, that bike outside, right? Definitely too delayed here. I'll turn off the spread here so that we get that nice. I do like the jumping lead, how it sounds with this thing. Maybe the melody is not exactly what I'm after. Okay, send. I'll work it in the track first, yeah. The last one had a drum layer in it. Okay. I think I just want the kalimba thing. Oh, this is my stuff. This is here. Right? Here. I guess I'll just put it on a new thing. See what we get. High-tech stuff. Nice. Now it will always work. This first part is I guess we can start with the no reverb one at the beginning, actually, and then just filter it in so you don't notice that it's the same at the beginning. For an intro, that does make sense that it. Maybe you should take the second one because of the delay, right? Then it comes in like this. Nice, nice. Wait, I want this one. Now it slightly opens up with the reverb here, and then here. It should go up. There it is. Nice little riser thing. here it stops, so I think it's a good idea that instead of trying to fix this delay, something like this, there's probably some cutting error somewhere in how we send files back and forth. Maybe that was me, maybe that was Dash, I don't know. But here the delay just kind of stops, right, at a random point. Instead of trying to refix that, which will take a lot of time, you just put a one-shot there. Is 143 BPM? Yes, it doesn't. Maybe from a texture point it sounds more like a 160 track, but it is 143. Unless the rules of time no longer apply, which I have not been notified of, so I think it should still be 143 BPM. Let's just go shuffle, I guess. See if we can find something. Evorian again. Did I write this in? I wrote the initial track, so I should know, but G sharp. Okay. Now that I have some MIDI in here, I'll never forget anymore because I can look at the MIDI clip. Okay. Let's see. I like that. A little bit more high end to there. I feel like this sound is a bit maybe too bright. I am going to separate it from this one. Wait, these are the same sound. I just noticed this is the actual starting point of this, I think. He just joined my sound. I mean, it works. I just don't think that this then works well with this, maybe. Maybe I'll just like do a whole bunch of different one-shots now that I've started here. Sending stems or project file? We're sending stems. Okay. Now I can slightly darken this. While we're here, we don't really need that kind of like low pitch beginning, I guess. So we'll just come in. I think this is like a major thing, so I'm going to put it here. Kind of already have something there. But if I place it here, logically, I would also have to put it here. And do I want this to play twice? My question. I don't think I want that. Unless I... Okay, I'm going to cheat a bit. If I go into my original project where I wrote this, I might still have the original file without any, like... Right, this is the... Is this not the one that I sent? Is it this? Because I named everything. Yeah, here, bitch you saw one shot. I hope that this is not rendered. Yeah, perfect. So I can just take off the echo, record this. Ah, there's an echo on the original as well. Okay. Record this, and then I can kind of remake it, I guess. There. Okay. It's starting to lag for some reason. Let's remove the omnisphere here. And let's quickly save before we lose anything. It has been 1.5 hours that I've been streaming, so I'll take a quick break after a little bit. But the first modification that we're just going to do is, if I want to play this twice, right? I don't want both of them to sound the same. So I'm going to take this and then simply reverse it. Maybe just place this part here. Ah, of course, there's still that thing. This is going to be like a shorter version, I guess. And then we just go echo and delay and reverb. I don't want this to take up so much. So I had like a very big one. I guess the size is... Okay, so we can remove this because that's only used there, and we have replaced that. There was something cool that he was doing with the vocal chops that I want to include. Because now we also have this part here, so maybe the vocal chops right there. Does that make sense? That was his goal for this part, I think, with the click. I'm going to do it like very strict, right? I have this riser in here as well, which is nice because that really rises up to the exact point where we want it to stop. Then there's the sudden stop and then it's restart altogether. I like that. In terms of idea. Should I replace this? Oh. This thing, or is that gonna be okay? Yeah, so that doesn't work here, right? So we take, I guess, this thing. That looks very similar in terms of waveform. Nice, 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 nice. And then here there's the vocal chop thing that I wanted. Experiment with. Yeah, not really a fan. I think the texture doesn't work for this sound here. Maybe even this should be the part where the vocal chop comes in. Let's... I like that. I like that a lot. That will mean that it wouldn't be part of the build-up part there. And maybe that's a better spot for the acid line here. Oh, the modulation didn't copy. Of course it didn't. Just trying to like combine. I like that sound. I think it's too mono, but we have everything separate, so we can just make this like. Ooh. The rhythm is a bit strange here. What if we just use this part here? I think I'm personally much more a fan of the kind of repetitive, quick sequences and then putting a modulation or something like that on it. Maybe like a few small edits here. I really like the phasers that you can do on the filter here. So maybe like a 24 plus. That doesn't work in terms of rhythm, but I'm not really sure about this asset line. I don't think it works really well. Oh yeah, I wanted to do something here as well. The stereo vocals. That way we get this kind of bigger than life effect, right? From the vocal chops here. Okay, cool. I have an idea that I want to use to connect these two here. Another sequence which is like a kind of gritty FM sound. For those that don't know, the very first table of the tones pack is actually a very good FM synth. Play please. Right, that kind of nice gritty kind of texture. Yes, a little bit of extra grit from that, and then we can get some movement. I guess that's too much. How are we collaborating since we're using different DAWs? We use stems, yeah. Like somebody in the chat said. And it is the best way to collaborate on this kind of thing. I think this is cool, up until here. Maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe if we just go like this. Yeah, then we have some space for delays maybe here. well together. Yeah, and then this works even though that this is a very aggressive kind of element. I feel like it still works, right? In the low energy part. And then obviously we have to stop here. I think I will high pass the kick and bass at this point. And maybe do some other stuff as well. I do want to quickly take a break because it's been like almost 2 hours since I've been producing. I'm not quite sure I would call this idea like finished the way that I've set it up. I've just rearranged all of the ideas that are already in there and made like 2 one-shots, right? There's like 1, 2 MIDI tracks, 3 MIDI tracks, and one of them is turned off. The rest are all like previous things. And I already played the whole track, so all of the ideas are still the same. What that means is I'm going to put on a different track. What do I have? What do I have? New stuff. Oh, I have this one. Universal Mantra. I have my first mix and master of this track here. Still a little bit on the loud side. This is still like an initial mix, right? So you can see the kind of sausage that I've created here. What a cool glue. I like the question and answer it gets. I do like that too, the little FM synth that's in there. For now, I'm going to take a quick break. Here's a different song that I've been working on. I hope you guys enjoy this song now that it's mastered and loud. A little bit too loud, as I said. But I'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, and then we'll continue working on this other track here. By the way, welcome Patrick. Sorry that I didn't say before. I'll be right back. song? Thank you. This is not the song that we're doing together. This is one of my songs. Just playing for the break. Still like a very rough mix, which is okay, it's the first one, so it needs a bit more work. Like right there, the melodic idea just gets completely overpowered, so it doesn't finish. There's 3 ideas there, right? From the more melodic synth into the acid sound, which is more gritty. Definitely too loud. Now that I'm listening to it on headphones, it's always hard to judge that kind of thing on speakers, and I do the first mix on speakers because I do think like I know the sound better. The details like the exact loudness that you want and stuff like that. That on headphones, so I'll probably do like a second look through the mix on headphones and fix everything, and then again speakers, headphones, trying to use both of my systems, you know what I mean? Here also there's too many things happening in the foreground for it, for example, that end fill to make sense. It should be the melody all the way through and then the bell just kind of slightly coming in as a support and that other thing coming slightly in as a support. Not then overpowering the melody as it plays, that kind of ARP thing. Anyway, let's get back to this stuff here. Overall, this is the highest energy part of the track. So since we have vocals in this first, and we have this other element in the second, I do want, maybe we just continue this. But that could become boring. I do think that sounds a bit boring as of now. So this would then be a one-shot in terms of the idea that I have with it. Simple, kind of quick squelch opening up. Okay. So that's too high in pitch. There we are. And now if we first of all bandpass it from like the top. You get something like that, and then we add our erosion for like extra. stuff like that, and then we filter it in. Let's get like a nicer filter. There's people screaming outside. Give me a second. I'll just quickly close the door here. It's very hot as always. I'm sweating already. I like that kind of fading in quickly. I do want it to be more stereo. But we can achieve a stereo effect like this. And then here we can do some kind of gritty tone. And like that, I like that. Here I want it more open, and then I think what I want is another stable element here. So we can do like a plug on the offbeat of the clap, which is kind of the most stable that you can have because it repeats every other beat, right? It's kind of like a metallic, strong kind of impact plug-ish thing. Kind of like this. That's kind of the texture I want. We get some more grit out of it. this. Maybe it's also good that we slightly turn down the high frequencies, like here in the middle. Hello, Subliminal. Thank you. Super track, good collab, fantastic feeling, inspired. Everything that you want. Maybe here it also makes sense that we're not immediately gonna go to this. Then we can have some other one shots in here still. Where we really add back some of the other elements. This is kind of meant to be the more lower energy part. It's like almost like a progressive second drop, but in that we're not getting really to the highest energy level. Even if there's a lot of high energy stuff happening, like this part is very slow because we're going into the break, right? I want to try what happens if I just go. Maybe on here. I think I'm not using this anywhere else, so I'm also going to copy this over to the kick. Maybe it's cool if we bring out the... I obviously want more stuff in here. We need to make some stuff. So we need to make stuff that is 2 bars long so that we can just copy paste it into this thing, right? And keep it the same. In fact, what I should do is take this and I guess this will work if I just place this here, right? Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Now we can do that, for example, with some snares. Let's get snare. I like that. Already tuned, perfect. What we can do is just say, okay, we want this snare to happen every bar, and I want to have like a complement snare in there. That's weird. Group this and record that into one thing. Make sure that we have that. Okay, now you consolidate this, and now we can just, the beauty of this trick is that you can just duplicate things. Let's say that we turn this off, and then just in the second one, we just drag this file in there. We have the riser. Kind of like that in terms of the idea. This rhythm is different. That's why. I wanted to try this. Maybe have this stuff kind of come in. And then it lines up perfectly here. I like that it needs more power towards the end here. So I'm going to create a riser that is going to be like very tonal and very strong. Let's go around E1. something like that, and then I want to use this at 12, I think is the... Yeah, you can do like 3 octaves if you go 12 semitone range and then... Open it up over time. That's maybe cool to go like this. So you get that very detuned effect at the start. That's cool. Let's see a quick thing. I want a frequency 51.91. I just looked that up. There's a table that I have. I instantly have this table at my disposal for frequencies. You should have this bookmark somewhere. It's really useful. What we can essentially do is modulate up to that frequency and then maybe say apply this here. And then for this final part, we use LFO or macro 2 to smoothen it out more. And then this. If that goes up, yeah. Okay, so I want double the frequency, but I don't think that it's possible. What I could is turn these down. Now they go to the same tone. That's cool, because then you get the tone. Of course, add our reverb to this. I think that's really nice in terms of a musical idea. I do want to do like a quick waveform check, which I always do for my breakdowns. Oh, here we're already kind of going into it, right? Yeah, so this is still kind of normal part. I just want to see if the flow is kind of where I'm going for. I think it will be. Might be a bit of a long break. It's from 4 minutes up until like 6 minutes now, right? But I think it works for the track. Having everything drawn out and a bit longer here. That final strong feeling there. You can see we have kind of a riser here, it goes down again and then rises again, and then finally in the field just go over again. And then we go into the top. I'm gonna argue that this shouldn't be mono. It's the same thing from here. If we want to reuse the rhythm, that could be cool. I don't think that they mix very well. Ah, I didn't copy over the modulation. to get in the more aggressive part. We would want our one shots from here, I guess, on that part as well. It might become boring if we use this all the time the exact same way. I forgot to copy over automation. Yeah, should be like this. I'm not going to worry about like the mix and stuff like that. That's for later. You know what I think? I think we're missing a few drum elements that kind of help sustain the energy like here. Right? This feels slightly boring in terms of the drum loop used. Maybe there is some difference in there. That's a very dark one overall, but maybe we can add one more and then it should be fixed. Just a normal kind of construction kit, I guess. I really want this for like the higher frequency, so I don't really care about that part, because we have the other drum loop kind of filling in the lower. This makes sense that this is very little in terms of stuff happening. When it comes to the snare, I feel like we're something like that, where we lose a little bit less of that kind of snap, right? like how well this drum loop works with the chord. That's really good. Okay, so that means that we're done with the idea of the track. It's now all about adding the one-shots and the details, right? We are done in terms of like sequences, I guess. Maybe a few more sequences in this part. Or maybe just a few extra one-shots will help. Kind of fill up the space. I want to use my bell more, by the way. Which is in the synths for some reason. Right? Or in the atmosphere part. In the atmosphere. Okay. Helps kind of with the glide here. Gliding into the drop. Getting that nice. Maybe that is a bit too much here. I do like how it... I guess it just doesn't work with the acid line later in on. Honestly, I don't really like that sound. I think the dynamics difference between those two is a little bit too much here. Maybe this should stop here as well. We'll make this the more mono one, and then I make this the more stereo one. feel like here the volume comes in too quickly. Right, this needs a bit kind of like that, so that it washes in. Getting really warm here. I might almost need another break to get some cooling here. I do have some ice bottles that I can use to kind of cool off. I might get one in a little bit. First I want to get back into here. I want to do a full segment full of one shots, right? More of a later one shot. I'm just gonna shuffle everything and see what we get. Feedback on there. For some reason that doesn't want to do what I wanted to do, but I guess we'll just... Honestly, I think this part here, it works in the fill. I like it here. Let's get a little bit of a reverse crash in here. might be coming in late. Hello Klaus, just came from the river, nice. Going for a nice river swim. Celsius, yeah, probably here, something like that here as well. I didn't check today, but it's very warm. If I go with the trans gate, I can make it sharper. Here. So this would, I can set this to 32 and then just remake. Coming in a bit later, I think, less muddy. we kind of keep it low energy and then maybe even like this. Never go to like the full energy part here. Sucker of the year, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I want to do a little edit on this thing. So that way it is a bit more in like theming, right? And this only goes on here. And then this goes back to the low part. It was 35 degrees today. It's warm everywhere. Like everybody is talking about that. It's, you see that Milan is not too hot at the moment. I mean, then that's wrong because it's still hot here. At least for me. Maybe it's just my room or whatever. I don't know, but it's still warm. We have a little bit of clouds, so it's not sun warm, but it's still there's the kind of normal warmth that you get. You get a little uplifter here. Gonzalo, Macintosh, not from the UK. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Let's get a small... Where could it otherwise could start maybe? I do like the sound of it alone, right? So that the fill just kind of comes in towards the end there. Slowly bring it up. And then we'll just like turn it off for there. I like that. That's nice. I've spent the last few projects basically spending as much time on the fill as I do on the part before it. So each section gets the same amount of time, right? And I think that that's really upped the quality of my tracks. Even spending less time on like the main sequence and more time on actually transitioning between it. And stuff like this as well, the kind of clicky sequence coming out of that. That's another idea that kind of comes from there. We can also up this with a... Maybe this should be in here. Yeah. And then get these two lower. Now it's a bit darker here. And this comes in, makes it a bit more exciting. Now it's just all about the one-shots, like literally that's, I think, all we have to do. One-shots, effects, that kind of stuff, if we both agree with like the whole sequence and the way that the sequence goes. We'll have to see what we'll do in the intro. Essentially the intro now isn't really a build-up here. I can live with this not being a build-up. And just having this as kind of like the normal standard intro. Okay, this is what I'm going to group this, move this, we freeze this, and we flatten, and we get, here we get kind of the second part. I like that. I want some more atmospheric stuff that kind of drives the track. So start with that. I'm a bit all over the place as a producer, if you cannot tell, but I like to just see where the presets take me, or the creativity takes me. If I feel like something needs like an atmosphere, I'll immediately add an atmosphere. If it's something else, then I'll do something else. I'm not really the kind that really has a nice structure to it. We did start off with all of the sequences, but that's because I like making sequences the most. I'm looking for something a bit more sustained. It's like too changing over time. Welcome back, Moto Techno. We all missed you very, very much. What if I just go for normal pads? And shuffle and go with... This is the spot. Distro, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay, that's too much. What might be cool to do is to like reverse this into here. I don't like it as a tail, but maybe as an... Slow kind of downlifter here. I made a MIDI track. I guess I'll make my own. Sometimes I accidentally make a MIDI track and then I'll just quickly make an effect like this. That's obviously not good, but we can do stereo generator. I do think it's a little bit too slow now. To be honest, when it comes to ideas, I'm a little bit out. It's also very warm. What I think I'll do, because most of the ideas that we still need to implement here are like details, one-shots, atmospheres, effects, maybe a nice vocal line somewhere. What I'll do is I'll send this progress to Dash and see what he thinks of the new arrangement that we made and where we can apply more details and stuff. And then maybe I'll show, like, we'll work together to maybe make some of the other things. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that, if I'm going to send him again the stems, or if I just maybe send him the track and maybe he'll make some one-shots on top of it. Because if we're okay with the arrangement, then there's really no reason to send stems back and forth. You just have one person kind of finalize the production, right? You decide which one that will be, and the other guy just kind of works on the file. You just send one file over, and then the other person can just make his one-shots, and it's things, as long as he decides that he doesn't want to actually edit the stuff that's in here, then you can do it like that, and you save a lot of time sending back and forth files. Because otherwise what I need to do is I need to rename everything. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to add too many sounds, right? Because the first thing that I sent him was like 600 megabytes. That was an idea of like 4 sections, right? You guys saw the first stream, how long it was. I think it was like maybe a bit longer, because there was the break as well. Maybe 5 sections worth of time. Now if you look at this, how long this is, it's going to be much more. It's going to be the same, if not more stems. So I don't want to overproduce this and fill up everything. So that's, I think, a good time to stop it. What else do I have to say? Is there anything interesting that I want to share with you guys? New video, I think tomorrow. I have scheduled videos up until the 13th of August. which means that I'm working quite far in advance. Actually, not tomorrow. The 6th will be the next video. But I have like 4 more videos scheduled and ready to go. And then I have 4 more videos that I'm going to record. And I want to work ahead so that I have 1, time to just go home with my family and spend the week there, because I'll be gone for a week. 2, I have the time to prepare for transitioning into the new apartment. And 3, I have the time to work on the kick and bass guide for episode 3 of Psytrance for Beginners. The idea behind that video is that it's going to replace my famous, I would say, kick and bass absolute guide. This one here. Because I'm not happy with this video. I've thought about deleting this video. Even though it's 22k views and it is doing absolutely amazingly, it helps the channel a lot. The information in the video is so outdated that I'm just like, I'm going to delete it and I'm going to make a better one and a newer one. But I hope that by keeping it up, it will draw interest to the new video. But to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I want to open up the script. Yeah. You see how I'm scripting this? I think I am a quarter of the way done with the script for this video. So it's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge video. And as you can see, we're at 113 lines now. I don't script all of my videos like these. Only the big projects, only the big ones, I actually script like this. I think you can tell when I script a video. But for a topic as big as this, where you want to say so many deep or different things, you need to have a list of all of the things that you're going to say. I think I'm going to get to like 600, 700 points or like lines in the file before this is finished. So it's going to be a long video. So that's why I'm scheduling things in advance together with the taking the week off, so that I really have the time to, 1, work on the video without having to worry about the uploads, and 2, go home and have a nice vacation, and then also transition into the new apartment, which I have. I have found a place. So there's a lot of stress away from me there. I found a place. It's basically an attic apartment. And then on one side is like the sleeping room. It's very small. It's a very small apartment. One side is the bedroom and the other side is the kitchen. But in the kitchen, there's also one of those couches that you can turn into a bed. So my idea is, since I have on the other side, there's the couch that I can turn into the bed, I can also just place my bed there, right? So I'll take the bed from the bedroom, place it in the kitchen, in the little side area of the kitchen, where now the couch is standing. And then I put the couch in the bedroom as a couch, and then I can build kind of my studio there. It's a very small room. It's a very annoying room because it has like one of the roofs is just like slanted, you know, being in the attic. But it is, I think, big enough a space for me to build somewhat of a studio. It's going to be very, very scuffed. Whatever way I end up filling in the like the layout, it's going to be very, very strange. But hopefully it will work and it will be good enough. At least temporarily, I have a place to stay and make videos and just expand this. And I don't have to worry about it. Scuffed is better than nothing. Yes, yes. But yeah, enough to do. I'm going to send this over to Dash and see what he says. For now, that means that I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys all in 2 days for another feedback stream. It's already Friday again. Going so fast. Anyway, see you.